Little girl clutched the biker's arm. "Uncle hit Mommy." Bikers delivered justice in 5 minutes. The late afternoon sun cast long shadows across the quiet street outside Rosie's Diner, a cozy roadside stop nestled in the heart of a small town. Inside, the smell of coffee and apple pie mingled with soft chatter. But just beyond the glass door, something shattered the peace. A tiny voice, trembling and desperate, broke through the calm. "Mister, please." Bear, towering, bearded, clad in a leather vest patched with years of brotherhood, froze mid-step. At his boots stood a little girl no older than 6, her cheeks streaked with tears, her small hands clutching his massive arm like it was the only thing keeping her from falling into the abyss. Her name was Sophie. "Uncle hit Mommy," she sobbed, her voice cracking under the weight of fear too heavy for someone so young. "He said he's taking Daddy's truck, and Mommy won't let him, and he hurt her." Bear's eyes narrowed. Without a word, he knelt, his imposing frame folding into something gentle, human. "Where's your mama, sweetheart?" Sophie pointed inside. Through the diner window, Bear saw her, a woman with tired eyes and bruised knuckles, sitting stiffly in a booth, eyes darting toward the door. Claire, Sophie's mother, looked like she hadn't slept in days. And beside her, a man with a sneer and clenched fists, her late husband's brother, the uncle. Bear stood slowly, his voice low but firm. "Duke, Mason, Rex." Within seconds, 3 more bikers materialized from their bikes parked a few yards away. Men built like stone, but with hearts that remembered what it meant to protect the helpless. They didn't ask questions. They didn't need to. The truth was written in Sophie's tears and Claire's silence. They walked into Rosie's Diner, not with swagger, but with purpose. The bell above the door jingled softly, but the room fell silent. The uncle looked up, smirking. "What's this? Biker cosplay?" Bear stepped forward, his shadow swallowing him whole. "You laid hands on that woman?" "She's keeping what's mine, my brother's truck. She's got no right." "That truck was left to Claire and her daughter, and you just crossed a line no man should." Mason had already pulled out his phone. "Sheriff's on his way." The uncle stood, puffing his chest. "You think I'm scared of you leather-clad?" He never finished his sentence. Duke and Rex moved like synchronized guardians, blocking exits, arms crossed, eyes locked. Not threatening, just present, unmovable. The kind of presence that reminds bullies they're not as big as they think. Claire, still shaking, finally found her voice. He came out of nowhere, said the will was a joke, tried to grab the keys from my purse. When I said no, he... She touched her cheek, wincing. Sophie ran to her, burying her face in her mother's coat. "I was so scared, Mama." Bear knelt again, this time beside them. "You're safe now." Just then, sirens wailed in the distance, growing louder, closer. The sheriff arrived within 5 minutes, alerted by Mason's call. One look at Claire's face and Sophie's tear-streaked cheeks was all he needed. Handcuffs clicked. The uncle sputtered protests, but no one listened. Justice, for once, moved fast. As the cruiser pulled away, the diner exhaled. Rosie brought over hot cocoa for Sophie and strong coffee for Claire. The bikers lingered, not intruding, just making sure the storm had truly passed. Before Bear turned to leave, he reached into his saddlebag and pulled out a small, slightly worn teddy bear, stitched by his late sister years ago. He knelt one last time and placed it gently in Sophie's hands. "For bravery," he said, softly. "You spoke up when it mattered." Sophie clutched it like a lifeline. "Thank you, Bear." He smiled, just a little. "Any time, little light." Claire stood, eyes glistening. "I don't even know how to thank you." "You don't have to," Bear replied. Just keep her safe. That's payment enough. As the four bikers climbed back onto their Harleys, the engine roars echoed like thunder. But this time, it wasn't frightening. It was the sound of protection, of justice, of unexpected heroes riding into a life when it needed them the most. Because sometimes angels don't have wings. Sometimes they ride Harleys. If this story moved you, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and everyday heroes, please hit like, share this with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to ACA Story Tales. Your support helps us turn real emotions into stories that heal, inspire, and remind the world that no one is ever truly alone. Because somewhere out there, a little girl might be clutching someone's arm, and someone like Bear might just answer.
Thanks for watching.